Morning peeps, I'm back again. Now normally you would not see me here today because when I get a red arrow I tend to switch off FPL, go and do something else instead and do anything but create any content for you lot. But and red arrow's not bothering me too much this week. I think I've got a good team. I think I made the right decisions. Like I didn't get Jackson. I told you lot all last week that there was a very good chance Nkunku would play instead of him. So you all listened to my advice and you weren't caught out like all the other people. But despite making good decisions, rolling my transfer, playing it safe, I've ended up with a red arrow. Basically, because I only had 10 men, Gabriel didn't start, and the big killer, of course, was Saliba and Timber, both scoring peeps, while my player sat on the bench. Oh, where's my drink gone? Oh, here it is. Both sat on the bench, and Out-Nori did nothing, of course, but we knew that anyway. We knew he'd do nothing. He's just there waiting for the exit, really. Bit like myself, just sitting here waiting to be carted off. Anyway, peeps, I've just watched the Black Box, and Az and Mark said very nice things about me this morning. So what I've done is I've broken out the apple and blackcurrant Robinson's lemonade or whatever you call it, squash, isn't it? Squash. I've broken that out because it's Az's favourite. So I'm drinking that today because he said that I sit here talking bollocks. Well, he's not far wrong, is he? He's not far wrong. But let's see. So not with it, peeps, not with it. I went to the basketball last night, New Zealand Breakers. I've even got one of these little annoying things that all the kids sit here going to make a noise, except they do it 100 times louder. And I'm still shell-shocked, I've kind of got PTSD from when I was in the trenches. Anyway, let's have a look. For Bruggen, absolutely hopeless. I'm better off playing Flecken than playing this idiot because he never gets any save points and he doesn't get clean sheets either. So he's like Flecken without the saves. A Flecken idiot, basically. And we're going to have to seriously think about whether I want to keep playing him, to be honest. Gabriel, done good. He's another one who's been in the trenches and he's got shell shock or something. Some kind of concussion, supposedly. Like I said, my boy Robinson always delivers, peeps, always delivers. He's a very underrated asset, Robinson. And this is why I still got him. And Fulham's fixtures, I've had him since day one. He's probably the only player I have had since day one. And I'm not getting rid of him anytime soon, I think, because Fulham's fixtures are improving. He's pretty good, unlike this little prick Out-Nori next to him, who we don't like, we don't want, and we can't wait to get rid of him. So we shall see, peeps, but he cannot stay any longer. We might have to, actually, for another 3 weeks. Because the problem is they've got good fixtures. Palmer done reasonably well, didn't he? Could have had more, but this Salah scoring didn't help, actually. That was partly why the rank went down, and also Haaland getting an assist probably would have made a difference. But the main thing was these other Arsenal players really hurt me. And of course, even though I made the right decision with Jackson, I was still hurt by it because a lot of people that had bought Jackson, they played like shit. They got Jackson even though they should have known he probably wasn't going to play. Yet they all bought him in. And what reward did they get? They got lots of reward picks because they all got Rodgers off their bench or Mikalenko or somebody else that has scored a massive haul. And it makes me think that FPL should change the rules so that if a player comes off your bench, they don't get the full amount of points. They only get half the amount of points. Because why should somebody who's had the foresight to put Rodgers in their starting 11 end up not being any better off than people who decided they were going to bench him? It seems a bit unfair on those people that use their skill to actually start Rodgers for the lucky jammy little twats who'd bought Jackson to get Rodgers off their bench. So I'd like to see that rule change, but I can't complain too much because last week I had Johnson off the bench for 10 points, but it's random, isn't it? It's random, and it would be good if they changed that rule, I think, and just give bench players half points. Bit tricky if you only get 1 point, and you can't really give someone half a point, can you? But they should find some way of lowering the points, I think, to come on for your subs. Right, Pedro got an assist for the price. He's doing all right. Saka's going to be good. Keane, yeah, got another 3 games with me. Hasn't done much lately though, has he? So what we're going to have to talk about is these 2 pricks here, Solanke and Johnson, because my initial reaction is to kick them out of the team. So we'll have a quick look at the plans here to see what's what. Now I've got Fernandez, who I was keeping to rotate with Johnson for a few games. So I've got Fernandez in for Nottingham Forest. Salah captain at this stage. Even Palmer's tempting me now because they've had an extra day to recover than Tottenham have. They've rested a lot of their good assets anyway. Tottenham are looking a tired mess in a shambles. And, the whole Chelsea team's had an extra day to prepare and they're coming off a 5-1 win, full of confidence. So I'm tempted, but you can't go against Salah, really. It's not the form he's in. It's just ridiculous. And he will be motivated because it's Everton. So I'll probably actually make Fernandez my vice-captain. Or will I? No, I'll keep it on Palmer, I think. I wouldn't captain João Pedro away at Leicester because you never know, he could be rotated out. Doesn't get too many minutes. So I'll quickly save that. So, this team, first thought is this team looks decent. I'll be taking Robinson out. Pau Torres will definitely start because he didn't start for Villa. And they're home to Southampton, so you never know. We could actually finally get a clean sheet or some unexpected attacking returns from Pau Torres. So this team looks fine. Now, Solanke. First thing to note is I cannot afford, I've got 2 free transfers by the way. First thing to note is I cannot afford to replace Solanke with Isaac as a single standalone transfer. Can't afford to do that. I think he will definitely play against Chelsea because he missed the game the other day, so this will only be his 2nd game in a row, so he is going to play, I think. Johnson probably isn't going to play. You know, he played the full 90 tonight. He played last week as well. So he's possibly due a rest. So do I give Solanke another week? First thought was to kick him out. But then you look at the fixtures and they've got Southampton coming up. Now this has raised questions for me about both of them, to be honest, because if Johnson is rested against Chelsea like I expect him to be, but he's probably going to play at Southampton. Bloody this apple and blackcurrant peeps has been going on about. I'm not sure I'm impressed. It's trying to kill me. Jesus. Right, let's have a look. That went down the wrong way, didn't it? So, Tottenham, yeah, they got Southampton. So do I want to take Solanke out? Now, home to Chelsea. Chelsea are not defensively fantastic, are they? Then they're away to Southampton. Now, if Solanke plays, he could do well, couldn't he? He's so frustrating though, isn't he? And then they got Liverpool, so could he even be rested for that Southampton match? It's possible, isn't it? And I can't afford to do Isaac straight away. I will want Isaac because they've got Leicester and Ipswich. They've got Brentford as well. So it's very tempting to take Solanke out. Now this is my first plan of the day. Isaac for Brentford, Leicester and Ipswich. But then again, Wilson's back. Is Isaac going to play all those games? Is he going to get rested or rotated in one of these games? Wilson could well start one of them, couldn't he? It's another thing to consider. And if I did this, I'd take Johnson out, leave me with 6 million in the bank. I'll tell you who I'm thinking of getting in, because I've got too many good players. I'd probably actually get Dibbling. You could get Fernandes. People are talking about Fernandes for Chelsea, aren't they? As being a good option. I do notice he is on corner kicks now and some free kicks. And Chelsea score a lot of goals and they've got good fixtures. And I don't think Fernandes is going to play every game though. But it's tempting, isn't it? Would Fernandes block 3 better Chelsea options? I don't think so, because I'm not planning on getting Jackson. I'm thinking, as per the discussion last week, I'm thinking that Nkunku is going to get more and more involvement over this Christmas period. I think he's going to get significant minutes. He was good yesterday, and he is going to get significant minutes. So it's putting me off Jackson. So that's one plan. Get Isaac, get Dibbling, who was on the bench anyway, use up both my free transfers, and be done with Tottenham, basically. But like I said, they have got Southampton coming up next after this next game. But then again, Isaac have got really good fixtures as well, just as good as Tottenham. And I think teams are going to use Southampton to rotate a lot, so playing them doesn't guarantee you a big return. So that's the first plan. Second plan is take out Nori, replace him with Trent, take out Johnson, and again replace him with Dibbling. That's the second plan. Leaves me with 0.1 in the bank, so I'm using all my money. And that does look quite nice, doesn't it, having Trent there. So basically, I've got to decide if I want Trent or not. Downside of this plan is that Wolves have got West Ham, Ipswich and Leicester coming up. I think Leicester are going to improve. Ipswich aren't terrible. On West Ham away. So is 8 Nori going to be worth keeping when Trent's got Everton? Well, he's got Fulham and Tottenham. Leicester. I mean, the other thing with Trent is he going to play every match? Because they're coming thick and fast, aren't they? I mean, he didn't start the Newcastle game even, did he? So is he going to play every match? And the other thing is his price, long term, going to have an effect on my team, a negative effect? You know, when it comes to getting rid of Cunha, for example, or in fact getting Isaac. Because supposing I do this, how do I get Isaac now? And like I said, they've got some very nice fixtures, Newcastle, coming up. Because I'm going to have to, if I get rid of Solanke, which looks likely, I mean, I'm probably going to have to get rid of Solanke in the next few weeks. Realistically, I'm going to have to get rid of him. And there's nowhere to run. I can't get Jackson. I can't get Isaac. I've lost a lot of flexibility. So basically, the only way I think I can get Trent in is to get rid of Gabriel. And I don't really want to do that. So that plan's out the window. So I'm thinking the Solanke plan is probably a bit better, isn't it? Solanke plan's a bit better. So the other plan, of course, is to do nothing, which is my original plan. just do nothing and roll the transfers. I've already got 2. This starting team here is fine. You know, Solanke gets another chance. Could do well. I mean, if he did do well, and he's got Southampton next, the problem of him, it could become a non-problem, couldn't it? Also, if Fernandes turns out to be rubbish against Forest, he's another one that I can use to create funds. So we go forward yet another week. And this is what I'm talking about, you see. We got Solanke with Southampton. Cunha at home to Ipswich. Pedro at home to Palace. And we got another cracking week. But we've got Fernandes away. This is why I kept Johnson and Solanke, because then I can do that. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely fantastic. You know, Solanke might not play against Southampton, or Johnson may not play against. I think Johnson will. So that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Good defence. 8 Nori home to Ipswich. You know, I haven't got Trent, but I've got 8 Nori. Then the next week, suddenly, I've got 4 free transfers. Solanke have got Liverpool. And I kick him out. Go back again one, because this is a week that Isaac's got really good fixtures. So if Solanke's really awful again against Chelsea, I can make my move here. Fernandes. See, this is the one. This is the week. If Fernandes is rubbish against Forest, this gives me the perfect excuse to kick him out and replace him with pretty much anybody, and get would I get Trent in this and that week? Possibly for Pau Torres, who I really don't like and want anyway. I could get rid of him for Trent if I still wanted Trent. Oh no, I wouldn't be doing that, but I'm talking rubbish. Look, take out Fernandes. For who should we take him out for? Pretty much anybody. For the sake of argument, we'll say not De Bruyne, but he's to be considered too, I suppose, isn't he? At some stage. Let's say Gordon, right? I just take him out for Gordon. This is just random. Then I can take out Solanke for Isaac or Watkins. Not Watkins, so I wouldn't have enough. So I can do that. So I'm thinking, peeps, best bet, save. You know, resist that initial urge to kick Solanke out, or the urge to get Trent in, to save my transfer. Sit back and save my transfer again. Because I've done it 3 in a row. And I think we'll continue to do it. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's have a look at, first we'll have a look at the price change predictor. This is the one they're all talking about being the new goat price change predictor. It seems to have lost its little pictures. Where have they gone? Here we are, down here, look. So this is it. Oh shit. It's changed. Oh no, that's not Johnson for from Tottenham, is it? So that's good. So Son's going to drop in price. That's about it. Dunk. See, none of mine are going to drop in price anyway tonight, so I don't need to do anything. Evan Nielsen's going up. Salah's going up. Saka's going up. Cunha's going up. The rest 3 I've already got, which is good. I really like this one, how it just gives you the nice pictures, so you can just instantly look at it, see if you need to worry about anything. Now we're going to do something horrible, peeps. We're going to look at how my favourite manager, all my favourite managers have got on, like Az and Mark. You know, they're my favourites today, because they said nice things about me. Well, Mark did. Az just tried to poison me with his apple and blackcurrant. Right, what are we doing here? This is grim, peeps, so I'm going to be bottom, I think. So we'll order it by, I'm not bottom. I don't, I don't believe it. I was 20 points behind everybody yesterday. Now look, we've got to give some praise to Late Riser. 85 points. He's come out of nowhere. Absolutely out of nowhere. So he's having a rubbish season. He's been rubbish for weeks. We've been saying how crap he is. And now he's got Mikolenko. I can't tell if they're off the bench or not here, but he's got Mikolenko, Timber. This is the thing. This is what's killed people this week, like myself. If you've had the wrong defenders, you've been absolutely spanked this week. Timber and Mikolenko. Apart from, he's got Rogers, probably off his bench. João Pedro, 5 points from Haaland. And he's still got, it's the first time in weeks that we've seen a team that has got Haaland in it that has actually had a good score overall, you know, because normally Haaland's hindering for teams, isn't he? So he's done really well. He's gone up to 1.7 million now, so he's in the top 17% and doing better. My good friend Bakar here, look, in second, 75. Saliba, Mikolenko. It's this Mikolenko character has been the big one this week in here. Andy got 67. With his triple Arsenal defence. Saliba again. Salah, Palmer, Pedro. So they've proper outscored me this week, especially Late Riser. He's got 85. He's got 30. He's caught me up 32 points this week. Don't like that, peeps. You see there's no ads again, which is good. Now Mark got 63. He's at 1.5 million, so he's in the top 15%. Timber. That's all it is. That's all the difference. All it is. Just that Timber. Compared to my own team. You know, he's got one player that scored points. But Gabriel being out has really stuffed me this week. Wag's got 62. Pickford and Saliba again. It's really all Salah and Palmer, isn't it, with a defender? That's all it is. Az took a -4, so we've got to take 4 off. So I actually level with Az this week. We both finished on 53. So I haven't had a terrible week, really. He got Raya. He's another one. He missed out on all the defenders, but he did get Rogers. Probably for Jackson off his bench. See, if they change the rules, Rogers would only come on for 4 points for him. But, you know, I did tell you, peeps, didn't I, Jackson probably wasn't going to play. They made 7 changes, Chelsea, 7. And honestly, I do think that's just going to encourage him now to do it even more. You know, in weeks where Chelsea don't have Europa League, people like Felix and Nkunku, and even Mudryk hasn't had a game yet, has he? He's due to get a start in the next game or two. As for Madueke, you know, I had him earlier in the season after he got his hat-trick. He's patchy, but against that opposition they've got, he's going to miss a few, but he is first choice on that side, and he's going to get some scores. Going to get some scores in there. So what do we look at? Harry. Put Harry in this week. Someone requested him to come in. He's at 50k overall. He's doing the best. And there's another one. He's a Chelsea supporter, but he got Jackson in. Didn't get any benefit off anyone on the bench either. Or he got Semenyo off his bench, I think, for 3 points. The main difference between me and him was the goalkeepers. That prick for Bruggen. So there's me on 53. Fabio. I actually got ahead of Fabio this week. Henderson. So he's another one he didn't get any benefit for. He hasn't got what's his face? Pedro. But he had Henderson in goal. And last but not least is Joe, 52. So nothing in it really. The ones at the top did really well. And no one did terribly, I'd say, in the end. I think he has has he got Ivan Nielsen? No. People were quite unlucky, weren't they, with him today? Bournemouth are so good. I mean, they made Tottenham look bad, didn't they? A very good team. Very good team. So that's about it, peeps. So we'll have a quick look at what should we order it in, the overall. So Harry's top, clearly top. He's about 30 points ahead of Wag. But like you saw with Late Riser, 30 points you can make up in a week. I'm still in third place. So I'm not doing too badly. I'm ahead of Fabio, level with Fabio. It's time to get the klaxon out, peeps. Lippy Lions. So, got ahead of Fabio and Joe. And as is last now, Late Riser's overtaken him. So can Late Riser continue the charge? I'll tell you what. He kept Haaland, as got rid of Haaland. Haaland's coming back into some decent fixtures. They spanked Forest 3-0. Could it be about to all change again? Could it be about to all change? Are we all going to be scrambling to get Haaland back? Probably not, but you never know. I mean, there's a chance one of our three midfielders is going to get injured, isn't there? And we're all going to want Haaland back. So I think my strategy of saving transfers could be a good one. Could be a good one, peeps. Anyway, I'm off now. I haven't been for a run yet. I never had a chance, you know, because games were on. I was too worried about the Tottenham team sheet to go out. You know, I was stressed, very stressed, peeps. I had a bit of a, you know, I had a couple of drinks at the basketball last night, and Breakers lost, of course. But anyway, peeps, I'm off. I'll talk to you all later. So like and subscribe. And if Black Box brought you here, you know, because you were watching that, and they told you that I was like doing well off my sofa, then welcome aboard. And I do a few of these every week, peeps. And I recommend you ask some questions in the chat, because I do answer them. And we'll see what's happening anyway. So when's the deadline? I don't even know when the deadline is. But I think Liverpool's the first game. A lot of people saying don't captain Salah because it's the first lunchtime kickoff. And the other thing is, there's a massive storm coming. Might already be there. Massive storm in the UK. Is it going to make a difference? You know, our games in the area where the big storm is, which I think is Liverpool, is one of them, northwest. Northeast, isn't it? Which one's Liverpool? Northwest. But will teams in that area, well, is it going to affect their output? Don't know. I haven't seen any stats on weather conditions and scoring. They're probably out there somewhere. Someone will have them. But as for games being postponed, there's very high winds, but it has happened before, but very unlikely. So should we use weather to change our captaincy decisions? Probably not, I suspect. But it looks a bit more open. What am I doing? What am I doing, peeps? Look, game week 16. 15 is what we want. 15. Right, so there we go. So Salah's captain. Anyway, I'm off now. Take care, and I'll talk to you all later. After the next game week started, probably. Because I'll tell you what, another reason I'm not worried about the red arrow is that the next one comes around so quick. It's not like having to sit for 2 weeks on international break with a red arrow, because none of us like that, do we? So anyway, like and subscribe. I'll talk to you all later, and cheers for now then, peeps. So bye.